Hello and welcome to the show. Well, listen, I'm so glad that you could join us. We've got a great show planned for you. You know, this is April. April showers bring what? Mayflowers. And so, anyway, we've got a great guest coming up. And, you know, I've been talking about new beginnings all year long. This is what this whole year is about. It's about new beginnings and what God has purposed us to do. And so, I want you to continue to think about that. This week's guest and tonight's guest is Miss Shaniqua Cousins. So I just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy because it's coming up next. Join us at the Ultimate Bridal Experience Sunday, July 23rd, 2023 at the Orangeburg County Conference Center from 1 to 4 p.m. Become an exhibitor or get your tickets. A large gathering of a variety of local and regional wedding vendors, wedding professionals, fashion show, prizes, and more. Join us for the Ultimate Bridal Experience Sunday, July 23rd, 2023. The Cecil Williams South Carolina Civil Rights Museum is the Palmetto State's first and only museum. It honors a generation of people, black and white, throughout the state of South Carolina who deserve to be remembered for their unselfish commitments and sacrifices. Enjoy an immersive and entertaining virtual tour. For more information, visit www.cecilwilliams.com.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley of The Michael Finkley Show, and you're watching Gold right now. Why? You're watching The Tammy Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show. I love you, Michael. I tell you what, I love that when Michael says you're watching Gold. Well, yes, I have Gold with me today. I have a phenomenal woman. She's a health and life coach, author, speaker, show host, home cook enthusiast, U.S. Navy veteran. Originally from Charleston, South Carolina, she's a graduate of Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, and Florida Institute of Technology. She's a mother, and I tell you what, she is just a phenomenal woman, and I am so glad that she's joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome Miss Shaniqua Cousins. Come on out, Shaniqua.
Hello, Tammy.
Hello, how are you, my darling?
I'm good. I'm really good. Look,
Well,
I was like, man, that intro right there, I'm going to have to take you on the road with me.
Come on, girl. You know, I'll go. I'm ready. I am ready. Well, you know, it's so great. We were just talking off the air. We were talking backstage and just talking about how we hadn't seen each other in a long time and how life, you know, has this thing of this cycle, how things change. So my question is, I always ask it everybody is one, how are you doing?
I'm really doing well.
That's good.
I'm enjoying this season of my life. I feel solid in who I am. I feel solid in my health. I feel solid in my family life. And I just feel really solid in career and finances and all the things. So I'm really doing well.
That's great. Well, you know, as we talk about this journey of life, I want you to kind of walk us through Shaniqua's journey of life. And when I say that, I'm looking for you to tell us about, you know, who you are, your career, what you've been doing, and kind of where you are at this point in this season in your life.
I like to think, like I always think of myself still as like a little girl from Charleston, South Carolina, who at some point knew that she would leave and explore and do other things, just didn't know what that was exactly. And at the age of 18, joined the Navy. And that really changed so many different things for me, Tammy. I got to see people that didn't look like me, were from all over the world, and just different cultural experiences and backgrounds. It just opened me up to the aperture of like differences, humanity, spirituality, all the things, just being in connection with so many different people and exploring different relationships, as far as friendships and food and fun and all the things. And so from there, I just had a love for connecting with people and connecting with people through just different experiences, and really seeing people grow and expand in their own lives. And that journey would take me on the exploration of becoming an author. And through my exploration of becoming an author, what I realized is that I actually like talking to people more than I did like actually writing books. And so, because I wrote my first book in 2007, and that's when I had my first interview with you back in Charleston. And such an honor then and such an honor now. But that just opened me up. I like to say that put me in the arena of my life's work. And so that book led me to speaking and really speaking into people's lives. And that changed a lot for me, because I had a realization that when you're actually speaking into people's lives, they listen, and that those words actually have power. And so that began this whole speaking career for me, which has led to so many different things. I honestly didn't even see it coming. But from there, I've gone on and, like you said earlier, got my master's in business and became a certified health and life coach. And ultimately, what I like to say is I help to transform people's lives from the inside out. So whether that's speaking to their lives, or if that's cooking a home cooked meal, or sharing recipes, I like to say I'm doing that, and I'm doing it with love and purpose and passion. I just really have a passion and a heart for people.
Wow. And you know that when you were talking, as you were talking about doors opening up for you and being in the Navy, and you know, when you travel, I tell people, no matter if you're traveling, just sitting in front of your laptop and you're traveling, your world, your mind has expanded. And so that's what I heard you say. You know, maybe that's not what you said out loud, but that's what I heard you say. It was more of an expansion where you were able to just expand your horizons. You know, and when we talk about that, Shaniqua, talk about the inspiration for your business and your brand, because now you are a brand. You're an influencer, you're a brand. Talk about that.
It really was. I like to say that my brand and me are the same. And so my love for people, my love for experiences and exploring, like exploration, that's the perfect word, because I like to explore and experience things on my own and through other people, right? And so my brand really is a representation of the things that I can authentically stand in. So the way that I cook, the way that I entertain, the way that I speak on a stage or off of a stage, how I'm coaching people, it's about really living authentic to you. And so when I think of the brand, my brand truly is a representation of that. And the work that I do really, Tammy, is about encouraging people to live authentically to themselves. And it looks different for all of us, right? And so not trying to be a copy or a replica of someone else or something else, just standing in who you are. I feel like I think we all have a brand. When you really think about it, we all have a brand. It's what that brand represents to us, and what it triggers for other people, or how it inspires other people is the key.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, one thing that I hear about what you love about your career is you love talking with people. You love connecting with people. So I want to talk about this next connection, because, you know, one of the things, and I want to thank Cynthia as well, big sis, you know, as she is reconnected us, reunited us together, is the host of your annual conference called Women Seeking Purpose, Living Dreams Experience. Talk about that, because you're going to be doing it in two places. It's multi-city, as we say.
Yeah. Look, I said I got two cities. It's a tour. It's a tour, Tammy. So I
Come
said
on.
we're doing a tour, and
That's right.
so it really is for me. My tagline for my business is about seeking purpose and living dreams. Because for me, I believe that if you seek God's purpose for your life, you'll ultimately live out the dreams you imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we got to get about the business of really seeking purpose and truly acting upon that. All the things will catch up to us, right? And so the platform that I created is a community of like-minded women coming together with that intention in mind, that we are women that are seeking purpose and ultimately living out purpose, but we're living out dreams. And so getting women in the room and connecting them, you have game changers and business professionals that are in that room. You have people that are inspired and people that are looking to be inspired. And so I just feel like when you put women in a room, something powerful happens. And so what I've done this year is I've connected with coaches from across the country, and coaches that are purpose driven, coaches that are really serious about the business of getting people unstuck in their lives, because that's really what we do as coaches. We help people to get unstuck and ultimately attain what they're after. And so I've collaborated with these coaches so that we could create an experience that truly is transformative for the people that are attending, both here in Maryland, where I'm at, and down in Charleston, which is my hometown. And so just from a business standpoint, you get it, that when you have a platform and you have a business, you have a responsibility. And creating something in where I live and where I'm from is really important to me, because that brings money, that brings transformation, it brings so many different connections to that community. And so it's really important to me to really change the community that I'm in, or at least make it better than what it was.
And when are those conferences? Because I know the first one is going to be in Maryland.
Yeah,
so tell us what part of Maryland?
We're down in Callaway, Maryland, for the first leg of the conference tour. And that's April 21st. We're kicking off with a pre-party and a pre-event, but the actual conference is April 22nd. And then we're down in Charleston for the 27th, and then, the 28th and the 29th of April. And so I'm really excited about the lineup of women that we have, both on the platform and those that will be in the room.
Wow. And we just got a message from Shaniqua Ikson, who was one of the women that I highlighted as well. She's an empowerment coach, and she says she wants to get more information about your coaching platform. Thank you, Shaniqua.
Oh, absolutely. All of my information is on ShaniquaCousins.com. So definitely go out there, check it out, all of what I have to offer. Something that we're doing this year, Tammy, for the coaches that are a part of my network now, because the coaches and I have collaborated. We're building a community of a group coaching community, so that when people leave the conference, you have something else to look forward to, if you would. We want to make sure that the women are still connected. I'm very well aware that transformation doesn't necessarily just happen one event at a time, but it could be the starter, right? And so we want people to leave filled and inspired, but we want them to really take action. So that follow-on community opportunity is very key. And so in the arena, we will have nutrition and health coaches. We'll have empowerment coaches. We have a media and confidence coach. And then I will also be leading the group and coaching as well. And it's this cohort of coaches coming through 5 weeks at a time, and really helping to edify and transform lives.
Oh, wow. When we talk about transformation, everybody talks about, do we do transformation? How well do we do transformation? And one of the questions is, I love it that women are coming together. That's what I love. You're bringing women together. Women in business who are working together. And that collaboration is so important. How important is that to you?
Oh, it's so key. I'm a woman, and I understand that when we understand our worth, when we understand our value, when we understand our economics, we want to go back and we want to and then empower other people. So if you get multiple women together that are doing that, you're talking about the magnitude of that change, the reach that we could have when you have that type of mindset and that type of intentionality in one room.
Mm-hmm.
It's undeniable. And so for me, I feel like women will go, they will learn, and then they'll teach. And that's so important because that's how you change families. That's how you change communities. That's how you change business and move things forward when you get women together. So nothing against the men. I'm just a woman and I understand what I needed as a woman out here on my own doing business. You know, that can feel very isolated at times. And so come together with other women that are on the path or in the arena where I'm at or where I'm headed, that's really important.
Right. And you know, Shaniqua, we're going to take a break. But when I come back, one of the things that I want to talk to you and ask you about is the collaborations. And we're going to talk about cooking show. Because, see, you right in the kitchen. And, girl, I know you that cook that. Child, we're going to come back. We'll be right back, folks.
The Orangeburg County Conference Center supports downtown Orangeburg and our surrounding communities. The 6,000 plus square foot space is ideal for groups of up to 400 people attending corporate meetings, conventions, workshops, and special events. Conference Center staff are inspired to ensure that everyone can enjoy the modern amenities. State-of-the-art ballroom that accommodates up to 400 guests banquet style and 430 guests theater style. A warming kitchen with hot boxes, ice machine, refrigerator, freezer, and counter space. A lobby that accommodates 150 guests with special events outdoors. The comfortable outdoor amphitheater has a video wall and seating. Adjacent to the amphitheater is 12,000 plus square feet of green space that extends events outside, plus complimentary on-site event parking and additional parking across the street. Your event can take place all in one spectacular location. We welcome your special event in Orangeburg.
Stay tuned. You are now watching The Tammy Show. This is Roger Gas. Welcome.
Welcome back. Listen, if you're just joining us, we've been talking with Shaniqua Cousins, president of Shaniqua Cousins World Group LLC, author, speaker, coach, and home cook enthusiast. Shaniqua, thank you again for being on the show. You know, you brought up about collaborations, and we were talking about collaborations. And one of the things that I find sometimes with women is we're challenged with being able to collaborate with each other. What do you think the cause of that may be?
I think definitely. Let me just step on toes really quickly, right? I'm in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna clean it up, but I'm just gonna go.
Just do it.
It's a combination of insecurity. It's a combination of not understanding your own worth and value. It's a combination of comparing. It's a combination of fear. It's a combination of
Shaniqua. Okay, folks. There's a storm there in Maryland where she is, and so it's frozen. Shaniqua, if you can hear me now, you're back with us.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It cut out as you were talking because I know the storm is there. So as you were talking, you said it's insecurity. It's, it's not knowing your worth, your value.
Yeah.
And that's when you cut out.
Yeah. And having fear, comparing, not understanding that you're better when you're connected to other people. So it's complex, but really the simple answer is really we just have to get out of our own way. Sometimes we have that mindset that I would rather be a big fish in a small pond than be a small fish in a big pond, right? And so we just have to really get out of our own way. And then you have to understand, what is the intention? What is the intention here? And quite frankly, you can go far alone, but you can go even further when you're connected with other
together.
people.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Connecting is the key. Networking is the key. You know, Shaniqua, I told you that we were going to talk about your cooking because you have a cooking show.
Yeah.
And one of the questions that the producers asked is, what's your favorite meal to cook? And I want to show some pictures because you brought some pictures with you. So let's show these pictures and you can talk us through them as we show them. Okay. So you all, let's go ahead and show the pictures. Oh, look. Tell us about this, Shaniqua.
So definitely my olive oil. I think if you start, for me, it's the base, right? Cooking for me, healthy cooking for me is controlling what you're eating. If you control it, it's even better. Whatever you're eating, you try to control it. So starting with a good fat, olive oil, high in omega-3s, good fatty acids. So you want to start with a good base. And I've been using olive oil. I've been using olive oil for years, Tammy. So I said, you know what? A business, right? Let's create a business out of it. So I connected with another veteran and have my olive oils produced, and it's extra virgin 100% Italian olive oil.
Wow.
And so the image that you just showed is an Asian inspired dish. My daughter loves Asian food, and so that was a quick little Asian inspired dish that you could do in a weeknight. And so it's a combination of organic chicken, organic veggies, a little bit of red pepper flakes, and again, that olive oil is in there. Got some soy in there, and so you can, I'm a Charleston girl. We got to eat that over some rice.
That's right.
That would be something that I would prepare on a quick little weeknight meal. That takes probably about 25 minutes to prepare that meal if you prep ahead of time.
And what kind of rice do you cook with now? Do you use?
I use mostly I use parboiled rice. Okay. Regardless. I'm simple with my rice. I haven't switched up on my rice. And it's white rice. It's not the brown rice.
That's white rice. You know we Charlestonians. Yes. And so we have some other pictures that you brought as well because you were on your show, and we have some other pictures showing you on the show. So we can show those pictures as well, where you are talking.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wow, look at that. That's in the living room.
Yeah, that was my old set. So I moved to a different home, but that was my old set. I started out doing a lot of sit-down conversations. And you know what I found, Tammy, that I really just have a love for talking to people in my kitchen, because that's really what happens when people come to my home. They're typically in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
And so it's like, I love sitting down talking to people here outside of the kitchen, but people mostly are in my kitchen. And I said, well, you know what? I think this will work. I think if we set up the studio here in the kitchen, I believe it'll work, and it has.
And it is beautiful. The kitchen is fabulous. I'm so glad you did this and you just got off the road. You just don't know how much I appreciate you. How do you balance career and home life?
One day at a time, a lot of organization, a lot of preparation, a lot of no to things, and being very intentional about my time, being very intentional about my energy, about my space, understanding that the work that I do really is a blessing, right? It's an opportunity, and I really take it seriously. And so I feel like it really is an opportunity. So it never feels overwhelming to me, if that makes sense. I don't know if that might happen in the future, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. I feel like preparation keeps me on my toes. And so I just try to do a lot of preparation, a lot of, I feel like when I'm working out, I feel better. I feel healthy. I feel strong. And so that helps me to continue to do the work that I believe I've been called to do. And so I'm just really grateful, really grateful.
Yeah, and you can see it. You're just glowing. I want you to tell us what's your biggest achievement in your career or in your life.
Being a mother. And it helps me to stay the course, because for me, having a little Black girl look at me and being a role model and being able to stand authentically in who I am and not say, hey, you go do it, and then not have done it. That's very important to me. I want to be able to say, hey, you can go do it, and I'm doing it also. That's a very important dialect and language for me to be able to have conversation. That's the word I'm looking for. That's an important conversation for me to have, to say to her, hey, you can do it. I've tried it, or I messed up, or whatever, but I want to be able to look her in the face and say that I at least gave it a go. And so being a mother changed how I viewed myself. It changed how I viewed the world, because it's an opportunity to really impact the community, because you're impacting a life, right, that will go out into this community, that will go out into this world. And so it really changed everything for me. And with that, though, my relationship with God too, it's like, it's everything for me. It's why I'm here. It's why I do what I do. It's why I'm a mother. And that relationship is so so important to me, and it's a relationship that I keep sacred. And so those two things govern how I just show up in the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And as we're talking, we're going to wind it down on time, but I do want to ask you, because viewers are looking, and I want you to tell them, what's the takeaway that you want them to glean from this interview?
Really take action in your lives, right? So whether get in the arena of what it is that you can see for yourself, let opportunities find you doing what it is that you love. And we have to take action. As a coach, one thing that I tell clients is, like, you have to act, and you need to act now. Action begets more action, right? Small hinges opens up big doors. And so don't be a spectator in your life. Be a participant in your life, and whatever that may be. That might, for us, we're on platforms where we have cameras in our faces and we're talking to people and cooking and all the things. It might be different for someone else. That might be being a mom. That might be, you may be working in an office. Whatever it is that you're doing, just actually do it. Don't let your life just go by and be a spectator in it.
That's right. And if we, go on what Nike says, just do it. That's it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Shaniqua, it has been a pleasure talking with you. And, I always ask my viewers, because people want to know what's next for you. I mean, you're author, speaker, you're a home cook enthusiast. You're doing the cooking show. You're writing books. You have the conferences, the tour. What's next?
Next is more of those things. More. Media right now is so important for me and crucial in the next evolution of my brand. And so a lot of media partnerships and deals in the background that I'm working on, and just being able to really take this brand to the masses. That's really the next thing. So I think I feel very confident in saying that people will see more of the brand, and we're going to be really taking this brand and really transforming lives. And that's the big vision that I have, taking it to the masses and transforming lives.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, are there any more books in the works?
Yes. So this is Flavored with Love. We have the Flavored with Love 2 is going to be coming out. We have a seasoning line that's coming out. I have my olive oils. And so those are the things that are in the work right now. But Flavored with Love 2 is definitely coming out.
Wow. And how do we get the olive oil?
On my website, shaniquacousins.com.
So we're going to show all of your handles, making sure that everybody knows how to get in touch with you. shaniquacousins.com. You're on Facebook, Twitter, and thank you so much for all the shout outs on Instagram, girl, on IG. I tell you what, I love it. You're on YouTube, where they can see your TV show on YouTube. And does that come on? Are you taping every week, or how are you doing that?
So on YouTube, it's a monthly. I'm doing a monthly cooking segment on YouTube, and then I also do like a weekly coaching segment. So if people are looking for inspiration, you can go out on my on YouTube and check out those links on a weekly basis, and then a monthly download of the In the Kitchen segment.
All right. Well, this time we're going to have to. Next time I'm going to have to be in the kitchen.
Yes.
So
you don't have to be in this kitchen.
We cook it together. I may just drive on down to Charleston and come on to the conference, but I'll talk to you about that offline. Yeah,
I would love to have you.
Love to be there. Listen, Shaniqua, thank you so much. I want you to tell 3 words that describe you.
Intentional, loving, and bold.
All right. Intentional, loving, and bold. Shaniqua Cousins, thank you so much for being on the show, my darling. Love you.
Thank you so much. Love you too.
Okay. Take care.
All righty. Take care, everyone.
All right. Thank you. Listen, if you missed the show, you can always go back to the YouTube channel. You can see Miss Shaniqua Cousins. I'm telling you, ShaniquaCousins.com. Get in touch with her. Get her olive oil. Read her book 1, 2, everything. And the conference is coming up. If you're in Charleston, that's on the 28th and 29th. You're in Maryland, it's the week before. Listen, so much going on with this wonderful and beautiful, phenomenal woman. You've got to get in touch with her. And again, thank you, Shaniqua, for being on the show. Listen, I always want to thank my viewers. I always want to thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Shaniqua Aiken, the other coach, thank you for joining us, and all the other folks that chimed in. We appreciate you so very much. Next week, we're going to be talking with Cameron Mitchell, another career coach. Listen, she's from Hustler. She's the founder of Hustler Career Counseling. And so she's going to be with us next week. I want to thank my producers, Alicia, my assistant producers, Tiana, Willie, and Felicia. You know, I love you very much, and thank you for all that you do. Please remember, subscribe to the Tammy TV show. That's the Tammy TV show on YouTube. We're on Facebook and YouTube every Thursday at 7. Remember, be a blessing to somebody today and every day. I love you, and may God continue to bless you. Until the next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Join me on the next Tammy as we'll be talking with Cameron Mitchell, career coach and founder of Hustle Career Counseling. It's all coming up on the next Tammy, Thursdays at 7 p.m.